get money tatted, money in the attics, money in the stashes, money in the cabinets, stuff in the mattress, safe full of guns, more money up in that shit. Taz on Tisa, Jeremy Scott Adidas, Mason Martin Margiela, 3-strap sneakers, riding with a leecher, student and a teacher. It's money over bitches, no room for a skeezer.
For the story of Live Love ASAP, we'll start at the top of 2011. By the end of the year, Rocky would truly go from rags to riches. At the beginning of the year, Rocky would be selling drugs, but he was never a big player in the game. It's said that he quit selling drugs in May of 2011 to focus on his rap career. Now, before the release of Live Love ASAP, there would be a project titled Deep Purple. The history behind this tape is really interesting because the story behind it is kind of all over the place. I've seen people say that it's Rocky's first official mixtape, while others say that it's fan made. I even saw a person on Reddit say that they saw Rocky promoting Deep Purple on Twitter back in the day. People question the legitimacy of this tape, but many people don't know that Rocky would be questioned about this tape during an interview with Hip Hop DX in 2011. Rocky would say that Deep Purple wasn't his project. Someone from France took all of his YouTube songs that were out and put them into a compilation. Deep Purple would be released online in early 2011. Even though the project is unofficial, I don't really like it due to me not being a fan of Rocky's very early sound pre-Live Love ASAP. The project contains 7 songs, with one being a chopped and screwed remix to the song Been Around the World. Purple Swag would appear on this project, with the only other highlight to me being the song New York Bittersweet Symphony. There would also be a song titled Uptown, which is most likely one of, if not the oldest songs that appear on this project. There's proof that the song was uploaded to YouTube all the way back in May of 2010.
ASAP when the crew at, swag so sick where the birds caught the flu at. All the hoes know me, no need to ask who that, or where the heat at, my nigga cause we do that.
Rocky would drastically improve from this earlier sound. Get High from this project would get a music video that you could easily see on YouTube. Something else of note from this project is the credited features. ASAP 12 would appear on the song Uptown, and he's credited as 212 Mel. ASAP Nast also appears on Uptown, and he's credited as Ty Nast. ASAP Ferg appears on the song Get High, and he's credited as D Ferg. Speaking of ASAP Ferg, a fun fact is that before Live Love ASAP, Rocky wanted him and Ferg to be a rap duo. Their duo was planned to be called ASAP Red. This is according to ASAP Ferg, and he would further explain why this never worked out. He would say that it was due to him not taking rap seriously at the time. If Ferg took rap seriously at the time, things could have been a lot different. In June of 2011 is when the official music video for the song Purple Swag was released on YouTube.
In the zone, I'm getting though, that purple swag, that purple smoke up in my clothes, that big booty, juicy fruity.
The song would garner Rocky quite some buzz, but it would be the song Peso that really put him on the map. The music video for Peso was posted to YouTube in August of 2011.
Rap Simmons, Rick Owens, usually what I'm dressed in. Rolling blunts, rolling doobies up, smoking section.
Rocky would do an interview with the New York Times in 2011, and in this interview, he would say that New York gave him hell for the song Purple Swag. It was the song Peso that finally garnered him respect. The goal of the song was to showcase Rocky's lyrical abilities. He also wanted to show the world what ASAP was. Like many people, Peso is the first song that I ever heard from ASAP Rocky. I remember first hearing it on 106 in Park way back in the day, and I loved it because I thought that it was different. But Peso and Purple Swag attracted attention from labels that wanted to sign Rocky. A bidding war would occur until right before the release of Live Love ASAP. Just a few weeks before the release of the project, it was announced that Rocky signed to Polo Grounds Music, which is a subdivision of Sony RCA. The deal reportedly was for $3 million, with $1.7 million being for Rocky's solo output. The other $1.3 million was to fund a group label that would go on to be titled ASAP Worldwide. Speaking on the deal, ASAP Rocky would say, "Other rappers who don't sign are smart, but I feel like Sony RCA is a family and the people there actually care about me. When I came to meet Polo Grounds Music founder Brian Leach, I got to know him on a personal level. He would set up a car service for me to go to other labels. He wanted to see me make it. He's from Harlem. I'm going to have creative control. There's no BS. The situation is almost unrealistic. I mean, 5 months ago, I had about $3,000 in my bank account. Now I'm worth $3 million. Nobody's gotten a deal like that since 50 Cent. But this news was a big deal and Rocky had big plans for himself and the label. Later on that month, in October of 2011, is when Rocky would release Live Love ASAP. This mixtape would peak at number 43 on the Billboard 200. When I was a kid, the cover art for this mixtape always stood out to me and is truly iconic. At a point in time, I remember seeing the cover art all over social media. The cover art would be shot by Brock Fetch, who got interviewed by Complex in 2021. If you want to know the full story behind the cover art for Live Love ASAP, I highly suggest that you go read his article. It's really cool to know that a classic mixtape cover was done by an untrained film photographer. Previous to being flown out, Brock developed a close personal relationship with Rocky and ASAP Yams. It wasn't just fly out, here's a photo studio and let's get this cover shot type of thing. It was very special. These kids were all staying in a huge unfurnished apartment where there were just 2 couches. People were sleeping on foldouts and blow up mattresses, but everybody was there. There were people playing Xbox in one corner and then people rapping in another corner with the producer. It was the beginning of this whole thing. I didn't come in with a specific cover shot in mind, nor was I just shooting photos until I nailed it. I was just a fly on the wall as usual. Brock would meet Rocky and Yams through the rapper Smoke DZA. Brock would be present at the video shoot for Smoke DZA's song Bloody Loco, which features ASAP Rocky. He had no clue who they were when he met them. Yams and Rocky wanted Brock to take photos. From there, their relationship would grow. Brock would ultimately leave New York after this due to him running out of money. He would drive a U-Haul back to Washington State and would stop in Colorado. He would get a call from Chase Infinite, who was Rocky's manager at a point in time. Rocky looked to Chase as a big brother and a mentor, but Chase would call Brock to see if he could get on a flight back to New York to do a photo shoot. One of the things that he would bring with him was an American flag. He borrowed this from one of his friends because he wanted to shoot Polaroids of people in front of it. Little did he know that this would lead to an iconic cover. There are not a lot of photos from Brock's time that he spent in New York when he was with the ASAP mob. Everything that happened was organic. The only thing that was requested for Brock to shoot was what on to be the back cover of Live Love ASAP. Besides Brock, there are 2 more people that are integral to the backstory of Live Love ASAP. ASAP Yams is one of them, and he was truly a visionary. He played a part in the cover art, with him telling Brock what he liked when he showed him the pictures. When speaking on ASAP Yams, ASAP Bari, one of the founding members of the mob, would say that Yams is the reason why Rocky is at where he's at right now. He further said that if it wasn't for Yams, Rocky would have never been anywhere in the industry. In the early 2010s, Yams would have a popular blog on Tumblr. Music is one of the things that he posted, and he would strategically post Rocky's early music. ASAP Yams would act like he did not know who Rocky was, and Rocky's music would start to buzz online. Yams did not just have a vision for Rocky, it was Rocky who got them in the door. The plan was for the mob to be at the forefront of music and fashion, be cultural leaders. ASAP Yams would go on to be credited as an executive producer for Rocky's debut album and ASAP Mob's first mixtape. He's not officially credited for Live Love ASAP, but he definitely was behind the scenes during the making of the project. He was a true visionary, so big RP goes out to ASAP Yams. The last person that I wanted to mention is Clams Casino. Clams Casino would produce 5 out of the 16 tracks on the original mixtape. He has the most production credits on the mixtape out of any producer. How Rocky and Clams met was due to Clams being on the lookout for local New York artists to work with. Previous to Rocky, Clams has spent his time producing internet rappers from the West Coast. Lil B is one of the artists that he would produce for. Clams Casino had come across Rocky's music online, and even with not a lot of music out there from him at the time, he still saw something unique about him. Clams would reach out to him, and Rocky would reply that he already completed the song Demons after he listened to Clams' beat tape. This resulted in Clams sending him more beats, and he ended up with 4 more songs on the original project. Another thing that I would like to mention is that ASAP Rocky went viral on Tumblr back in the day, and this is the picture that went viral back in the day. But also, what some people might not know about Live Love ASAP is that a deluxe for this project was in the plans. Rocky discussed this in an interview with Hip Hop DX a month after the release of the project. When questioned about this, he would say that the deluxe would come before Long Live ASAP, which originally was planned to be an ASAP Mob Group project. We now know that there was never a deluxe to Live Love ASAP. We also know that Long Live ASAP would turn into Rocky's debut solo album. A re-release of Live Love ASAP would get released in 2021. The mixtape starts off with the track Palace, which is produced by Clams Casino. Really great track that sets off the tape, but there's nothing really that I could find about this track history wise. The track that would come after this would be Peso Base would be the 3rd track on the mixtape, and this would be produced by Clams Casino. The intro to the track samples a video that went viral back in 2011. The video was of a man by the name of Bloody Loco arguing with another man on the subway.
The game, you heard? Recognize my name, you heard? Bloody Loco. Pussy ass nigga, man. Yeah, look at me.
According to the man in the blue sweater, the argument started when he accidentally bumped into Bloody Loco's leg. Bloody Loco, feeling disrespected by this, would start to insult the man in the blue sweater. A woman would laugh at the response that the man in the blue sweater had for Bloody Loco, which caused Bloody Loco to go ballistic. This then led to the viral clip that I just showed you. Sampling this video would be perfect because Bloody Loco would tell the man in the blue sweater to recognize his name ASAP, which ASAP Rocky would use. About the song, Clams Casino would say that he originally sent that song to Lil B. It was actually something I sent it to Lil B, but he was, oh, it's too fast. He liked half of it, but it switched up in the middle and got really fast, and he was, I can't use that. So he hit me back and was like, yo, slow it down. So I took off the fast part, I kept the part that he liked, I made the rest of it slower to match it, and then that became I'm the Devil. This beat is pretty much the fast part of the beat, but then I slowed it down again because Rocky likes everything really slow. So I just took the whole beat and made it slow, and that's how that happened. The song that Clams Casino is referring to is Lil B's song I'm the Devil, which appeared on his 2009 album Six Kiss.
If I wanna be the best, it's hard work. I chose to live reckless, and now I'm under dirt.
After bass comes the song What's Up. Not much story from this track outside of Rocky wanting to have a track where he explains to the listener that he's on his artsy wave, but he can still go back to the hood. This will be another song that was produced by Clams Casino. The 5th track on the mixtape is Brand New Guys, which features ScHoolboy Q. This would also mark the first track on the mixtape that wasn't produced by Feat.Ty Beats or Clams Casino. Brand New Guys would be produced by Dom Cannon and Lyle LaDuff. How the collaboration between Rocky and ScHoolboy Q came together was through Rocky being a fan of ScHoolboy Q's. Before Rocky was famous, he was a fan of his work and really wanted to work with him once he got on. Rocky would finally start to get traction when Purple Swag started buzzing, but Q was reluctant to do a feature with Rocky. According to ASAP Rocky, ScHoolboy Q didn't really collaborate with other artists at this time unless he knew you on a personal level. Upon meeting Q, the two would instantly bond, and this bond led to the creation of the song. Purple Swag Chapter 2 will come after Brand New Guys, and this would feature ASAP Nast and Space Ghost Perp. Ty Beats would produce this track, with him originally producing the first Purple Swag song. However, the first Purple Swag doesn't appear on the original mixtape. Purple Swag Chapter 2 would make it instead, and it's just like the title of the song says. It's Purple Swag, but it now has verses from Perp and Nast. ASAP Rocky has a different verse, and I really like how he switches up his flow. Purple Swag Chapter 2 would then fade into the song Get Lit, which features Fat Tony. At a listening party for the mixtape, ASAP Rocky would say that this song was one of his favorites from the tape. He describes it as melodic and ambient. This on top of him saying that he made Get Lit when he was in a whole other galaxy. But one thing of note is that Rocky is heavily inspired by Southern rap and its culture, specifically from Houston, Texas, as fans of this tape would know. Fat Tony, who features on the track, represents the 3rd Ward of Houston. These two just pretty much rap about weed and lean on Get Lit. The song Triller will come after this, which features ASAP Nast and ASAP 12. There's not much about this song, so we'll just go straight to the 9th track, which is Keep It G. This song is produced by Space Ghost Perp, who also features on the song alongside Chase Infinite. During the release of Live Love ASAP, things were cool between Rocky and Perp. By the time it got to Rocky's sophomore album Long Live ASAP in 2013, the two would have a falling out. I don't want to really get into their beef, but some of the things that Perp accused Rocky of was stealing his lyrics and adopting the Raider Clan style. The Raider Clan being a very influential underground rap group in the 2010s. Mainly during the peak of the SoundCloud days. Chase does the intro to the song, and he would say some things that did not age well. He talks about not letting devils get in between and trying to separate. This is exactly what happened between Perp and Rocky not that long after this. It's really sad to see the fractured relationship between Perp and Rocky, because I think that they'd made really good music together. Keep It G might be one of my favorite beats on the mixtape, but the next track, Kissin' Pink, is one of my favorite songs on the project. Unfortunately, this track did not make the re-release version of the mixtape in 2021, most likely due to sample clearance issues. Kissin' Pink samples the song All For You by Kissin' The Pink, which is a pop band from the UK. Kissin' Pink not making the re-release disappointed a lot of fans due to the song being a huge highlight on the original tape. The song would feature ASAP Ferg, and Rocky felt like the song was necessary because it was natural. He also wanted to introduce the world to ASAP Ferg and showcase the different styles that ASAP Mob had. Earlier, I mentioned how Rocky is greatly inspired by Southern rap and its culture. This couldn't be any more evident than the next song on this mixtape, which is Houston Old Head. In an interview with Complex in 2011, Rocky would be asked about his musical influences. I'm really influenced by Houston's culture. That's the stuff that really gets me going. Houston all the way. I've never been there, but I just love the culture. I'm quite sure Wu-Tang had never been to China before, but they were influenced by Chinese culture, and you couldn't tell them that they weren't. The Houston sound is so attractive, it's melodic, so it attracted me. I'm influenced by Purple Drink. I don't give a F. I'll sip it, so what? I think we all should sip it. Modern day hipster stuff. When it comes to Houston, I'm really attracted to the culture, swinging, tipping, leaning, all that. That stuff is dope. Houston Old Head would be produced by DJ Burn One. When talking about the song, DJ Burn One would say, "The first year I was doing beats, I wasn't playing them for anybody. Those were my practice beats. I just put them on SoundClick. Yams or somebody found them, and I get a call saying, yo, you got 2 tracks on the project. Send us the track out, we'll get you in advance, send us the samples so we can get them cleared, yada yada." That was the last thing I heard. With this, DJ Burn One will also claim that he never got paid for his contributions to Live Love ASAP. But Houston Old Head would then fade into the song Acid Drip. Unfortunately, this song would get affected by the re-release as well. The re-release version of Acid Drip has a shorter intro compared to the original. There are some other things different between the 2 versions, so I've heard, but I prefer the original. The next track, Leaf, also would not be safe on the re-release as well. The original version of the song Leaf, rap legend ODB would be sampled on the intro and outro. Clams Casino would be the producer for this track, and he would say that it was Rocky's engineer who added the ODB sample in. Main Attractions is featured on the song, and this track would also appear on their 2011 project 808s and Dark Grapes too. On this project, the song would be titled Take One. After Leaf, we get into the last 3 tracks on the mixtape, with those being Roll One Up, Demons, and and Out of This World. Rollin' Up would be the other track that DJ Burn One would produce for this mixtape. Demons would be the last Clams Casino beat that would appear on the original mixtape, one of my favorite songs from the mixtape. There was actually a music video for this song that got leaked to YouTube before the song was officially released. Rocky would tweet out that the music video was garbage and it wasn't cleared by him. You can easily look up the music video online, it's not lost or anything. While making this video, I saw the music video for the first time and it wasn't anything too crazy. I can definitely see why Rocky might have not liked it or wanted it out. This leads us to the last song on the original mixtape, which is Out of This World. Unfortunately, this track would also not make the re-release, most likely due to sample clearance issues. When doing the story behind a classic series, I rarely talk about re-releases, deluxes, and all that other jazz when it comes to a project. But for this project, I decided to make an exception. For the re-released version, as mentioned, there is no Kissin Pink or Out of This World. It doesn't stop there, because Purple Swag Chapter 2 would get replaced with the original version of Purple Swag. With the re-release, we would also get a new song titled Sandman, which was produced by Kelvin Crash and Clams Casino. This song would be recorded way after the release of Live.LOVE.A. In the interlude of the song, Rocky even says RP to Yams, who didn't pass away until 2015. It's crazy that years after the release of Live.LOVE.A, Rocky effortlessly tapped back into his old sound and delivered a song that doesn't sound out of place at all. But while we're here, I figured that I should give you guys a bonus by talking about Purple Swag. As previously mentioned, according to Rocky, he got a lot of flack for the song from people in New York. How the track even came about was through Rocky connecting with Ty Beats over Facebook. The two would spark up a friendship, and the first beat that Ty would send Rocky would be the beat for Purple Swag. We definitely recorded that stuff in some small closet. I was getting high. I was high as a kite on some purple drink, purple weed, shouts to this weed. It just felt so natural. Holy smokes, I was in a world where everything was purple. I was just high. Purple lights was everywhere. It was just like dark room, purple lights, music blasting, that type of stuff. Everything is purple, swag. A$AP Rocky claims that it was his idea to add the screwed chorus. This would pay homage to the late Texas legend DJ Screw. Rocky would further say that he personally went in and put in a sample of another Texas legend, Mike Jones, to add him to the song. One of the main things that people remember about the music video for the song is the white girl with the grill lip-syncing the song. Well, she's known by the name of Anna Trill, and she's from Harlem as well. I tried to find some information on her, but there's not really a lot out there, to be honest. I found out that she had a kid and doesn't really have a presence online anymore. But with that comes the conclusion of this mixtape, such a classic mixtape that really has aged like fine wine. It's been a very long time since Rocky dropped his last album. Fans, including me, have been waiting forever for new music, but until then, I'm going to keep his previous works on repeat. Hopefully a new album is coming soon, which it seems like it. All in all, this mixtape is amazing. What's your favorite song or songs from this mixtape? Is it a classic? Why not? Let me know in the comment section below. I love you guys with all my heart. Peace.